All right, guys, welcome back to a new episode from Premium Podcast. Today we have our guest, Makar from MIT. He joined
Hello.
us today. And we have Artur Jdan and me, Moin Matar. Makar, how are you, man? How are you doing?
Hey man, nice to see you. Nice to see you, Artur.
Yo, nice to see you too, man.
So, for context, Artur and Makar have been friends for like 8 years, I guess. And
Yeah, a long time.
me and Makar actually have been friends for like 16 hours.
Yeah, but
So-
it's a solid friendship.
Yeah. We're doing good. So Makar, Makar came from MIT to Dartmouth. He slept in my dorm, and
I slept on his floor.
yeah,
It was amazing.
we actually stole a mat from the gym, and so he
We didn't install it. We
borrowed it. We borrowed it for
yeah,
sure,
yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. So Makar, how do you like it so far here in New Hampshire at Dartmouth?
New Hampshire,
Yeah,
cold.
cold, definitely cold.
Really cold, but nature is goated.
Yeah, nature is.
That's something I miss at MIT a lot.
Do you want to tell them what we do? What we did? Shit. Do you want to tell them what we did in the last few days?
Yeah, it's just like jumping into the river, like ice cold river. Almost getting sick twice.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, but
Artur was like, he looked like a Viking and he was just like sprinting to the river, and jumped in. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
we all had to jump in.
Valhalla.
So, yeah,
I jumped into Valhalla.
yeah. To Valhalla.
Arthur
Nice.
died.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Now he's a hero.
It was a real one.
Okay.
Yeah, we hit the gym. Dartmouth gym is better than the MIT gym.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Nice. Definitely.
I think it's bigger, and there were like less people. Yeah, so
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Right. Can you tell us a bit about yourself, what you did, how long? Just, several information for them. How
No.
long have you been MIT?
20 years old, young, studying at MIT.
Single.
Yeah, but by the way, I'm
What are you studying
single.
at MIT?
Studying rheology.
What?
Electrical engineering.
Oh,
Electrical engineering.
okay. And nice. So, we can start talking about the internship that you've done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to tell them about it.
Oh yeah, this summer I embarked on a journey to Silicon Valley,
You
California.
don't have to say it like you're putting it on LinkedIn. It's like, this year I embarked on a journey or something.
Yeah, so I did an internship at NVIDIA, and it was amazing.
Nice.
It was amazing. This summer, from like end of May till end of August, I was involved in VLSI physical design, specifically for GPUs, for one of the flagship products. I don't think I can name it, but it's really big.
Nice. What do you think, Artur?
Yeah, I think he developed something really important. I don't remember his name. I think it was Maxwell or something.
Hey, I cut it out.
Cool. So, how was it at NVIDIA, Makar? What do you think
NVIDIA
of
culture
NVIDIA?
is unmatched. It's really good. They really care about their employees. A lot of benefits. So, in addition to good pay, so for example, you have 2 additional free days, 2 additional holidays
Nice.
a quarter. So, paid holidays, yeah? Well, like the whole company goes on holiday. And you have a lot of benefits from like partners, and like I got my relocation reimbursed, stuff like that. And there were like a lot of interns. So this summer, at the Santa Clara office headquarters alone, there were like 1,200 interns.
Oof.
So imagine 1,200 students, university students,
Well, yeah.
That's a lot.
and worldwide there were like 2,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So definitely they invest in the interns a lot, because in total there's like 30,000 employees at NVIDIA, and there were like 2K interns, like 7%.
That's actually a
Yeah.
good percentage.
Yeah, that's a great ratio.
Wow.
So it was a great experience. They also made a lot of events
Mhm.
specifically for interns. So, for example, one Friday night, they rented out a whole amusement park
Nice.
just for
Wow.
interns, and we had unlimited rides.
Wow.
So yeah, we did all the rides, and like some of them like a couple of times, and it was great.
Wow.
It was great. Just for the interns, one night we had like a party kind of. It was like on campus, so like nothing crazy, but we just had like food and some attractions. But then the CEO pulled up.
Oh, nice.
Jensen.
Yeah.
Jensen, everyone went crazy for him.
Where did he pull up? On like the site or?
Yeah, he pulled up on the. So it was like outside of the headquarters,
Nice.
and he just pulled up and he started making fried rice.
What?
What?
That's cool.
Yeah, it's like family recipe. So he from Taiwan, right? It's
Yeah.
like traditional.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he started making fried rice. He was like joking all night, and
Wow.
a lot of people go crazy for him.
Because he's a very interesting guy, actually. Like he's a combination of a very good leader and at the same time, he's smart as fuck, I guess.
Yeah. That's definitely what I felt. So his vibes are like he's smart, but he's down to earth.
Yeah.
He's chill.
Hmm.
And like I was reading one of his interviews, and he always like wakes up and thinks, "What if we go out of money in 30 days?"
Nice.
And I like it. That's something I really admire about him. That he's like stays, despite all the achievements he achieved over the years, he really stays focused.
Yeah. I mean, NVIDIA is actually one of, if not the best company right now. It's like I've been following its stock for a long time. It's performing insane. NVIDIA is just like insane. I think it's a dream for every software developer or electrical engineer to work in. So tell us, how did you get to the point of having an internship at NVIDIA, and what is the common thing you found between all of the 1,200 interns that were together in the amusement park, just, snapping rides, getting drunk?
So internship, I just applied. To be honest, last fall I was on the application grind. I applied to everywhere, and I went to the career fair and stuff like that. And I applied in September, but they haven't reached out until December.
Oh, wow.
And I actually asked for a lot of interns from NVIDIA. It was like the same thing. They reached out only in December. And I did interviews. I did 3 rounds of technical interviews.
Nice.
And then like the 4th one, they called me. I'm like, oh, like everything seems good. Like we can move on with an offer. And the funny thing, I was doing interviews in January. And and at the same time, I was doing a micro internship at another company. So we had like at MIT, we had like semester system. So we have a fall semester and a spring semester. So fall semester ends in December, and then you have a winter break for like the Christmas and New Year. And then you have a 1 month, it's called independent activities period, where you can do anything. So I decided to embark on an internship for this 1 month. But the thing is, I could only do interviews in like between 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And my work shift was 9 to 5. And there was no other option.
Oh.
So I had to do interviews while I was at my work shift.
Wow.
So I had to excuse myself from my then boss.
Yeah.
I said I had like meetings with my club at MIT.
Yeah.
They were like very important. It couldn't be rescheduled.
Yeah.
And I excused myself. I went to like
Wow.
a room upstairs, and I actually talked to NVIDIA.
Wow. That's very nice. That's very
Yeah.
nice. Did they know about you that you were like currently in a workshop, or they did not know about it?
They didn't know.
Oh.
Yeah, they didn't know.
That's nice,
I
that's
didn't
nice.
tell them.
And what do you think is the common thing between all of the interns that you had or that you met?
Common theme?
If there is a common thing, like what do you think NVIDIA looks for? Like someone now trying to apply to NVIDIA, what do you think should, focus on?
Definitely people that create something. And like all people I met, they like had something like interesting projects they did, or like interesting clubs they were in, stuff like that, portfolios. You should explore just like doing stuff, what you like, and then see where that gets you.
That's nice. That's nice. My question for you is, to make it more about the premium podcast, is there something you learned from working at NVIDIA about doing startups and about how to manage a company, how to do a successful business? Because me and Latour always just discuss about getting experiences.
Oh, yeah.
And so
I'd say a lot of I learned like about startups specifically. I say a lot of things, Well, first we had these. So we had an like panel discussion with one co-founder of NVIDIA.
Hmm.
His name is Chris Malkowski,
Yeah.
and we had also a panel discussion with Jensen.
Oh, nice.
So they talked a lot about like how they founded NVIDIA, and like just advice and like what they would do differently,
Mm.
stuff like that. And also, I feel like a lot of interns were interested in doing startups because so during this July there were like 2 events from Y Combinator
Nice.
for interns in Bay Area. So one event was like just like a social night, but almost all the people who pulled up, like majority, were like NVIDIA interns. They were like outnumbered all the other interns.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then another night there was like a startup school thing.
Mm. From YC?
Yes,
Nice.
it was like for everyone, but like a lot of people like not only for like interns, but like a lot of people still there were like NVIDIA interns. Yeah, and like a lot of them actually have like side projects besides like internship they worked on that want to turn it into
To start.
yeah. So I would say it's a huge community that I met, and like a lot of them were interested in startups.
Yo, can you tell me 5 the most important advices from Jason you heard?
Okay, when someone like directly asked him like advice on starting a startup, he just said it would be hard. That's the first thing he said.
Yeah.
Second thing he said, he really, like I remember he was focusing on like having like work-life balance,
Really?
but like in the sense that you shouldn't work just for the sake of working, but you should work and see the results. Like
Mhm.
that's important, not
Yeah.
many hours.
Yeah.
Because like all of this grind culture, you can sometimes focus on like how many hours you work, not the results.
Yeah. That would actually, we were talking a lot about this, me and Artur, just like about working hard versus working smart. It's like
Mhm.
if you're just putting in the hours, it's not, it's not very beneficial.
Yeah.
And after the sauna, actually, yesterday, we were like, we were like talking. I was like, working hard. He was like, no, work smart. And I was like, but working smart also requires like identifying the smart work is hard by itself. It's harder than putting in the hours. And he actually made a lot of sense in that. So that's very interesting coming out from Johnson because it's actually very true. And I would ask you this. What did you take from him as a person?
I took a photo with him.
Nice. Okay, that's fair. That's fair answer. Okay, so we can continue with that question. So what else? What else do
No,
you think?
I
Like,
actually-
why did he succeed?
Actually, he just number of like combination of things. First, he had a really good vision. So there were like 3 co-founders. NVIDIA had 3 co-founders: Jensen, Chris, and the third one. He's retired now. I don't even remember his name. So Jensen was the visionary. Chris was more like on technical side.
Yeah.
Jensen really had. I mean, Jensen was a great technical person too. Like he worked at a chimp company for like 10 years.
Wow.
At STI or something like that, or like AMD or something like that. And so he was really great technical too. But like you can't have vision without being technical. That's my opinion. But he really saw like the future of distributed processing.
Yeah.
And where can this lead the world? And I think that's what differentiated him from other co-founders, and that's why he like he's the CEO for like 30 years from the beginning to this end, which is like crazy for like Silicon Valley, where CEOs change every couple of years or even like more frequent. And I think he's still to this day he has like vision for like next 10 years, and he always expects what's ahead. Another thing, I think you should always take your work like light-hearted.
Light-hearted.
Yes.
What do you mean?
He often jokes.
Yeah. So you're just a friendly person.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
And I mean, some of the jokes were like not inappropriate, but like not very like.
Not politically correct.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But like he
That's
doesn't
good.
care. I admire it too. Like he doesn't care. And but like everyone else enjoyed his jokes. So he's a person that other people like. You know, it's something that also a great skill to learn. So being a person that other people like without like trying to please them.
Mm.
Yes, I feel that's the vibe he has.
Wow. That's interesting about him.
Arturo.
Well, continuing with your answer about why do you think like about being the person everyone likes. Yeah.
I think
Would you say like that it is because he's humble but yet doesn't please everyone?
Or would you say it's because he's fucking rich and he's lots of power?
no. I think you know. The reason I know he like, doesn't want to please people, so is because in 2008, NVIDIA, like around that time, NVIDIA wasn't doing it great.
Mm.
Like the stock decreased,
Yeah.
and everyone like on Wall Street was telling them to abandon CUDA, which was the innovative project at the time. Just came out around the time, and like focus on like just like the gaming industry and the mobile industry.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't. They didn't. They instead keep focusing on CUDA actually as the future. And I mean CUDA turns out to be like the foundation of modern AI and everything we have today in forms of LLMs and other beautiful things. But at the same time, I know people like him because everyone goes crazy about him now. I mean, partly because he's rich. Yes, that's true. That's true. He's like he has 100 billion now.
Yeah.
But I think he's just he stayed true to his core.
Yeah. And as you said, I can understand that he's a man of his vision, because if you're now talking about how they wanted to abandon their project, but they didn't.
Yes.
So it's actually very interesting.
Yes. What do you think, Artur? Do you think like staying to your core is important in business, or you should like, kiss some ass?
Very interesting question. Like it's definitely beneficial sometimes to change, but the question is if you do business for yourself or
for others.
No. Different formulation. Is business working for you or you're working for business?
Wait, say that again.
If business is working for you or you are working for your business.
Nice. So what does that mean?
It's some smart phrases you can.
Sure, nice.
Like, it seems like in the case of Jason, business was working for him. Like I mean, he put like a lot of hours, but still, business worked for him.
Would you say your startup works for you, or you work for your startup?
50-50.
Yeah, I was about to say that. From someone who observes Artur, maybe from the outside, I can say it's both, because he gets what he puts in. This is like kind of in life. So I think Johnson also put a lot of sleepless hours and like sleepless days working on NVIDIA and, grinding through it. And now it is working for him and he's still working. But yeah, I think that's the philosophy, is that you get what you put. And now I think we can rotate back to the work hard or work smart, is that it's not only about the numbers of hours you put in the work itself. It's about understanding and planning. So what do you think about that, Artur?
I was thinking about it for a little bit after we talked. And I think that there are like different ways of working hard. Like you can work hard, but like not uncomfortably hard. Like,
What do you mean?
for example, it is easy to, let's say, read book. You can just read book for like 5 hours. It's like, it is uncomfortable, but it is not like mentally challengingly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the idea. But thinking about what I will do today, planning your day, maybe planning some activities, doing decisions, hard decisions.
Yeah.
It is mentally challenging and hard. It's more active. It is, I would say, really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And if you're talking about working hard as uncomfortable, then definitely yes. Working smart is working hard.
And it's uncomfortable to find the smart thing. I actually want to highlight on this point because what you said is just pure gold. Because I really think what he said is like there is a level when uncomfortable is not beneficial anymore. So like I don't know actually how to portray it, but you're right. We do like like going to gym every day. It is uncomfortable, but it kind of became it's not pushing us beyond our stuff.
Maybe it doesn't challenge us.
Yeah.
It doesn't challenges our beliefs. And when you need to work smart, you often, really, a lot of times, you need to challenge your beliefs.
Yeah.
That you are wrong. And what you believe is wrong.
So to work smarter, you need to understand. What's up?
No,
I
agree.
Say something. You
I
want to
agree.
say something? I see it.
Yeah, I agree. Like 100% challenge. Like gym was a challenge when you just started it, right?
Yeah.
But now it's not as much anymore. But that's just like something that's really deep. It resonates with me. I just thought about it. I was like, yeah, gym doesn't like challenge me that much anymore.
Yes.
Yes.
Anymore. That's the key word. But I think it's like not only about the time you do it, it's just about how much it actually makes you uncomfortable. Like there's, how would I say that? Like there is stuff that just generally makes us uncomfortable, and there is stuff that particularly make you uncomfortable, and your body and your mind automatically, like it won't even think about doing it. And I think this is what working smart is, just pushing beyond your current comprehension or your current realized capacity. And to simplify my words, I mean, like, for example, going to the gym maybe every day, jumping in the cold river every day, that's challenging, but that's within, like, you can do that. Like, for example, if now I tell you, you did this or you die, you will definitely do it.
Yeah.
Because you can do it, but you prefer not to do it. But sometimes there are, like, another level of uncomfortableness that this is what leads you, for it. Because planning, for example, is part of it. 'Cause you have to own responsibility. So I think responsibility is the key word here.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I was also thinking about what you regret not doing. Is the smart thing, not doing the smart thing, do you really regret it?
Wait, rephrase that again.
Like, what do you regret about? Like, I regret not doing. When you do something hard, like you didn't visit gym today, you will regret it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh fuck! I didn't visit gym. But
You will never regret doing something hard.
Oh, maybe. Like, I think that when you do something smart, like not doing something smart, you perhaps will not regret it. Like, all of that, I don't know.
Can you give an example?
Yeah, I can give an example of something
Yeah.
that jumping in the river today, as we told, like we were like pussying out and just like, yeah, and we're not sure if we want to do it, but we will never regret jumping in the cold
Yeah.
river.
I was sure.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We
of
woke him
course.
up.
Of course.
He was sure. So it's actually very, very interesting what you said, and I want to actually ask you about it.
But I have like, sometimes doing hard thing, like you said, you never regret doing a hard thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you should do the smart hard thing.
Yeah. So okay, so how do you find the smart hard thing?
Yeah, it's basically the question we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
And what's the differences?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
for example, from your, like, both of you guys, from your
Yeah.
experiences, I think we can find many examples from our day-to-day lives, but we can find more clear examples looking at the bigger picture. Can you think of an example?
Of smart hard thing.
Yeah, smart hard work.
For me, I have one big example, which is in my business. Like I was working a lot on developing AI, which was hard. Like I had to put like a lot of hours thinking and so on, doing the algorithm. But it was, I would say, comfortable for me because I was like, that's what I did for a long time. So it was comfortable. I knew that I like perhaps will not fail, and I will perhaps not fail, and it works for me. But when it came to marketing, I was avoiding it for a long time because I didn't know shit about marketing, and I had to do it. I knew that I had to do it, but I really felt like super uncomfortable, like not in my plate.
Yeah.
Like fish not in your plate.
I can actually also add about that. So you did what made you prone to fail. That what made you like there is more chance to fail now.
Vulnerable
to failing.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you think it's related for failing publicly or just failing by yourself? Because I have something to add about it after we get you.
It was about failing myself, but I think failing probably also relates.
Yeah. What about you?
I just thought of an example of like hard thing, but I don't know if it's smart.
Yeah.
So I went like mountain biking a couple of times this summer.
Yeah.
And it's hard. I mean, if you do the elevation by yourself, like if you climb a hill, but just like by pedaling for like 2 hours, and you climb like 3,000 or like 2,000 feet, yeah. It's really hard for me. But then you go downhill and you enjoy what you earned, right?
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily smart because mountain biking is really like dangerous. Like I've read on like Reddit stories where like people like permanently disable themselves. You know, when like we're going downhill. So one time this summer I went and then I fell a couple of times.
Yeah.
And I got like really sick because of that. Because like it also was like a long way home from the point, but like I took like several buses.
Yeah.
And I was like really sick on the way back, and I had like to work from home next day, stuff like that. But to be honest, I couldn't give up. Like even though it was like really hard, and like I fell like a couple of times, I kept like going because like that's just like internal pressure of like if you pussy out, you're a pussy. And but I don't know if that was smart in retrospective. But to be honest, I'm safe. Like I survived, so I definitely don't regret it. Well, it could be worse. Like I could like break a bone or something, and be like on like a mountain hill, like a dozen miles from home, and like that would be like hell expensive probably. Like to like transport me or something. So I don't know if that was a smart move, but I like it now. Because everything turned out to be like alright.
Yeah.
But that's maybe not really the point of smart hard work, because it like mountain biking is not like my end goal to become a pro in mountain. Like
True.
Creating an AI for Arthur was his like life purpose. Maybe it's like main occupation.
Yeah.
Yeah. But mountain biking for me was like a way to challenge myself outside of like work I do. You know, in like physical domain.
Yeah.
Sports domain. But at the same time, yeah, you know, it's a real weird feeling because it was like on like border of like dangerous, but at the same time, it does no challenge without danger. So it's just a real weird feeling.
I have 2 examples of working hard or just uncomfortable and working hard and smart. So in my TikTok page and like in my fitness content creation, I know when a video is going to go viral and when not. And so I was so uncomfortable uploading videos. I've been always just, kind of not shy, but like, I just don't like, I didn't have social media for like 4 years, 5 years. And just I suddenly started uploading TikToks. It just kind of made me so uncomfortable. But at some time, uploading regular TikToks just made me, like, I was uncomfortable. If I now upload a TikTok, I will be uncomfortable. But uploading one that has the hook or like the stuff that I need to work on, that I need to think more, that I need to think outside the box, that I need to think that, okay, now I'm going to do a trend. If it fails, it's going to look embarrassing. If it's not, it's going to go good. So working smart for me was like in this particular thing was planning and understanding when my video will go viral. And for my thing, it was like what made me uncomfortable is publicly failing. It's just getting exposure to everything. The second example is coming to the US, just relocating, leaving everything behind and coming here. What do you guys think about it?
Yeah, US, I can totally resonate with that. Coming to US was really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was like the last day in Ukraine, I was really feeling down, and like my mom had to like bring me back to like sense, because like what the fuck, like you're going to MIT, like that's your dream, like
Yeah.
like why you not excited, like you know,
Yeah, I had that too.
yeah, like man up. But yeah, it was a really weird feeling, especially like in challenging times for my country.
Yeah.
And in the retrospective, I'm glad I overcame the uncomfortableness, and I wouldn't trade studying in US for anything, because it gave me so much opportunities. So definitely the smart thing I did was coming here. And about the content creation, I think, to be honest, I never thought of myself as a content creator. But now, like, I'm doing a podcast for the first time in my life. It's really fun.
Yeah.
And I can, like, spit some wisdom. And you can spit some wisdom, and other people can listen to it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like, I to be honest, being a content creator is something I never thought of. But maybe just, like, the eternal barrier in my head. Like, prevented me from exploring new areas. So, like, preventing me from doing something uncomfortable. So, to be honest, I might try being a content creator too, you know. I might try do a podcast at MIT, you know, just like interviewing people about like internships, for example.
Nice.
Like,
That's
startups they're doing. I don't know. That would be fun. I might do it. Just for the sake of it, because you inspired me.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's a great point in doing something uncomfortable that other people can inspire you to do it. So if Artur didn't do his startup, I wouldn't probably think of doing my startup.
Yeah.
He was my greatest inspiration.
Yeah. He is a fucking inspiration.
Thank you. I appreciate it, bros.
Yeah.
I think
I really like what you said. It's like, see, you have a responsibility.
Yeah.
When you do something hard, you inspire people to work harder, or like to do. So like you raise their bar.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So having a community is really important.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can add on that. Like, you were my inspiration as well, and like in physics.
Nice. So
year.
sorry to cut you. For those who don't know, tell them.
Okay, like we were studying in the same school, which like the best school in physics in Ukraine. Like, I just joined the school, and Makar also just joined the school, the same class. Makar had like really developed his physics mind, I would say, and he participated in Olympiads. Like the first year, he won like first place, I think, a gold on the National Physics Olympiad. Got presidential scholarship, which is a lot for us. And I was like, fuck, I want this too. And like I was inspired by Makar and started to work as well, work hard as fuck. Because I was really bad at the beginning. Like I was like the last place in Physics Olympiad, Lyceum.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I started to work really hard. Like, look, oh, Makar, nice. And worked with Makar, looking up to him. Started to work, and the next year also won the Olympiad.
Nice. So you have both championships here in physics Olympiads.
So yeah, community really matters super a lot. Community, I would say, like, yeah, there's like a phrase that you are the average of the 5 people that surround you.
Not only that, I go beyond with that. I think that you are the average of not only the 5 people that surround you, but the 5 people you listen to, the 5 people you read for, the 5 people you listen podcast to, the 5 people you eat with, the 5 people you think of. It's just perspective, I think. Yeah,
that's right. Definitely right.
Deep.
Like also people in your work and for me, it hit me when it said not only 5 people you hang around with, but like the 5 people you read from, like authors and like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's interesting. So what about you? How was it like? Was it uncomfortable for you to come to the US? Or not generally the US? Something just uncomfortable. Share if you have to share it, like an experience or something.
Mm. Well, beyond startup would be really interesting to remember some uncomfortable experience.
Could be startups.
Well, startups, I mean, like, I want to talk about something else, but I'm not sure about what.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah, my first combat sports competition.
Mm. Nice.
It was hell uncomfortable. Like, sparring it's not uncomfortable because
Yeah.
you're not prone to failure. Like, if you fail, if you lose, like, it's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, like, continue. It's
Yeah.
sparring.
You're
Like-
expected to fail at some point.
Yeah, it's like, it's okay. But when it comes to competition,
Mm.
like, you want the medal. You really want to have the medal. And you don't want to lose, like, at all. Like, losing is okay. You learn something, but, like, still you don't want to lose at all.
Yeah.
And like for me it was really 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 uncomfortable to go to the competition. Like I was thinking about it like till the last moment, like if I should go. But like when my coach asked me, will you go, and I was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
let's just try. Like, I mean, what happens? And yeah, I said yes. And then I had like no choice because I already said yes. So I went to the competition. I lost.
I thought that was like a good ending, but
Yeah.
no, that's not bad. That's
Yeah, I
also
lost.
good.
I lost, yeah. But like still
Do you regret it?
not at all.
Yeah.
Like it was
Let's go.
really really
Let's go.
helpful competition. It helped me like in my combat sports because I learned a lot of stuff from the competition, and also kind of grounded me to
Yeah.
continue to like it was martial, like it was MMA club competition between 2 MMA clubs, but it was in grappling, only grappling without hits. So I participated in that one. I thought that I was really good at grappling because I was good at my gym, MMA gym, but no.
Apparently not.
Yeah, and after that, like almost immediately, I joined jiu-jitsu
Nice.
and started to
And
improve my jiu-jitsu.
just for like to mention, he's now fucking good at jiu-jitsu. He's like he can
But-
choke people.
Legend.
But
Yeah.
white belt.
Yeah. That's okay. I kind of agree. This feeling when you have, I think this is the best feeling in the aftermath. Like when you need to take a decision and you just contemplate it every fucking second. Like, do I do this? Do I do this? Do I do this? Why? Why not me? Why me? Why do I do this? And you start like fucking looking and all of this stuff, and then you just say, "Fuck it, I'll make the decision." And this was like literally the exact same thing with me when coming to the US. I actually booked my flight 1 week before the deadline of arriving to like the US, my arrival date, and I was like, I don't want to do this. That's why I'm gonna do it. I was like, fuck it, booked
Nice.
it, came here,
Yeah, nice.
made the thing. So pursuing, in my opinion, this is how you can grow. Is actually you don't maybe not necessarily plan, but like sit with yourself and just go, okay, what is something that is very uncomfortable to me that I'm not gonna do? And it's not like just uncomfortable to me. It's like, what is something I can't even consider doing? Like there is no way I will do this. Yeah, it's not a question. Just
Can you repeat the question?
it's not a question. It's just like I think this is the like what I'm saying is you might not necessarily have to start planning on all this stuff because planning is hard because you don't know the things that you don't know. You don't know what you're ignorant of, especially in businesses and in working and startups, all this stuff. So progressing, that's what you should be looking at, and progressing just comes from what truly makes you uncomfortable. And let's share what makes you very uncomfortable in like maybe businesses and startups.
I feel like everything new is uncomfortable to some degree. Plus, what information about the activity we have in our head, So we might have this belief that we are not born to do something,
Yeah.
but it was just the product of our upbringing and the way that we were raised and what we heard and what we read. But you never know until you try.
Yeah.
To be honest, so I feel like I associated like my whole life myself as like a technical person. I did like physics, Olympians, and now I'm like doing engineering, which is like not too far, electrical engineering. But in like doing a startup, you have to like do all the other things. Like a product is not like everything. Is like far from being everything, and all the other things like talking to customers and choosing like a market and doing like a market research. You just have to like I think like free your head from these beliefs that you're like not like born to do something. Because I feel like that's kind of resonates with me that for a long time in high school, like not in high school, like in school, like middle school, elementary school, I wasn't like doing any sports. I was like very weak and like small, and I always thought like I just not meant to like do sports, like I meant to like study. But like in high school, I started like just doing like some like calisthenics. I started like play like soccer.
Nice.
And I saw that like I really enjoy it. So like this belief in my head was stopping me from realizing my true potential. For such a long time now, like when I started university, I'm taking up gymming. So I started going to the gym. I really enjoy it now. And like years ago, I couldn't even believe it if you tell me this that I would enjoy this. So I think it's in a lot of ways it's a battle, at least like your old self.
Yeah.
And this old self builds on some like a system of beliefs that like are not completely irrational.
I think, like, what you said is basically like the mentality you're talking about, like the right one, not like the bad one, could be described by the phrase like "I'll figure this out." So basically, when anything you have, like you feel comfortable about it, and it is something you didn't try and so on, you just have to have the mentality that I'll figure this out, no matter what it's. Like for example, I think like if I can dance ballet, but I think I can figure this out. Like, if I just put like enough work into it, I'll be a very good ballet dancer. That's it.
Wow. Can I go back to a point that I just mentioned, and I think now you helped me say it. Remember when I was just trying to tell you the things beyond our comprehension? I think the actual uncomfortable stuff is the stuff that you don't say about, I can figure this out. The stuff that you go, okay, I might not be able to figure this out. This is where you actually push beyond the stuff that you do. And we can roll back to the NVIDIA example. The project that they were doing, if people are doing, okay, it's you can do it, you can figure it out. But once people started saying, leave it, you probably won't figure it out. And this is where the uncomfortableness, this is where the actual progress, the smart hard work maybe comes in. It's just understanding what you actually, between yourself, you would go, I might not figure this out. This is like tied for everything. This comes back to the risk. This comes back to, the uncomfortableness, the progress, everything. That's, in my opinion, what you guys think. Do you agree with that?
I would kind of disagree. That I think that the Jason didn't have like the mentality that he might not figure this out because like someone told him. I think he was still thinking like, oh, fuck them, I'll figure this out. So I think Yeah, when it's so hard that you start to question whether you can figure this out. Yeah,
That's what I mean. Yeah.
it's definitely uncomfortable. But I think if you start to think that you will not figure this out, then perhaps it's more about your mentality or about problem being like really impossible to solve.
But that's the thing. You don't know what's impossible to solve. Like, go back 50 years ago, you would say Apple is impossible to do.
Yeah.
So,
And I think the same, like, founder of Apple, I forgot his name.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah, Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Like, I think he had the mentality, I'll figure this out. He
Mhm.
didn't give a fuck about what was not possible. He was just like, yeah, I'll do it, I'll figure this out.
Mm. Interesting. What do you think? It's a kind of combination of both.
I think it's important to have like I probably agree that Steve Jobs and Jensen Huang, they both had like I'll figure this out mindset. But sometimes you have to pivot, right?
What do I-
Pivot. Like
Yeah.
change.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then like sometimes an initial idea might lead to nowhere.
Yeah.
Might be at that path.
Mm.
So my question is, how do you decide when to pivot if you always like think like I can solve this, but instead of like it's like going like if there's a mountain, you can circumvent it,
Yeah.
or you can go climb it, and then go downhill.
Yeah.
But it's easier to circumvent. But if you have this mentality like I can figure this out and I can climb it, maybe you can do it, but you won't have the energy to finish the whole trip.
Yeah.
But in case if you like circumvent it, you have more energy. So my question is, how do you know when to do the pivot and when to change?
I think there's like different, like again, two types of figure this out. One is based on your ego,
Mm.
another one is based on cold-minded approach.
Mm.
Like when you, like the one based on ego is I will do it because like I already started. I need to figure this out. I will do it. Another like cold-minded one is okay, they said me like they can do it, like fuck them. Like what is like the real proof that I cannot do it,
Mm.
you know? Or maybe someone did it, I can also do it.
Yeah. Definitely. What was your I will figure this out? Which type? Was it ego or
To some part, ego, yeah. It definitely helps. I mean, like having some ego helps. Well, you still need to be careful about that. You need to be careful if you're working just because of ego or
Yeah.
or is there like at least some reason behind your thoughts?
because many people fall in love with the idea and they just
Yeah. So, yeah, you need to be really careful to recognize self-lying, because when you lie to yourself, then it creates problem.
Interesting.
To add to this point, like falling in love, is really falling in love that good? It's been like romanticized a lot, but I think like in business and like with a partner, when you fall in love, you like let your emotions
Yeah.
lead the way.
Mm.
And I frequently think about this, like love is being like romanticized and like promoted as like the greatest feeling ever.
Yeah.
But isn't that great, to be honest?
It isn't that great.
Yeah, because you completely like let your emotions
True.
lead.
True.
What do you think, Artur?
Are we talking love in business or love in like
Love. What do you mean?
Love in
Love to idea or love to a person?
love to idea.
okay. person? It's not like
Yeah. Love to idea.
Yeah.
I mean,
You should not love your idea.
but can I ask you something? Johnson wouldn't have gone this far if he didn't love his idea.
He loved the vision.
Oh, that's nice.
Like he loved the vision. Like he has.
But the vision is based on the idea. Or the vision like so we don't actually know if the vision was like to build a very strong companies doing, chips and GPUs, all this stuff, or just being a fucking billionaire. But either way, his vision worked, and it's because he kind of believed in it, but I'm pretty sure also he had a lot of pivots. So it's maybe just fall in love with the process maybe more than fall in love with the idea. Because
Maybe.
falling in love with the idea is just gonna get you stuck. And I think I told you
yeah.
a lot about it. I know many people who got into YC, the typical blueprint. Just get out of Stanford, do like an AI startup, a rapper, just get into YC,
Yeah.
and now they're been for 3-5 years just going for product market fit, which is so bad. If you're 3-4-5 years just trying to find who's gonna use your product, and why, that's very awful. And that's why they're in love with the idea. It's this is the ego that he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's I already started, I need to finish this. But sometimes this helps, actually, now thinking about it. It's we went today to the river and we were walking and you literally said there is no way back. We're not coming back. We went down, we're not coming back.
True.
So how to know, and I'm gonna ask you both this question, how would you know when it's good to say I'm gonna finish what I started? When do you know when to keep pushing, and when do you know when it's time to be smart enough to pivot direction but also keep pushing?
I think the problem is that it is hard to have super general formula for this, because it depends on a lot of factors. It depends case to case. It's very, very hard to have a general formula. I think the most important thing would be to be cold-minded, figure this out. Maybe have some ego as well. But no, maybe there's a difference in ego about your idea and ego about yourself as well.
Which is better? Because you need to believe both in the idea and in yourself. And I'm not asking you to do it generally. I'm asking you to do with your own self-experience, with your work and with your work.
I had ego in myself, not in my idea.
Wait, so I can help you more. You did two startups, right? One failed, one
Yeah.
didn't. So
Yeah. So
now you understand.
yeah. The first one failed because we didn't validate it.
Yeah. But I'm asking, how did you know when to say, okay, let's try something else? And when you tried something else and it kind of
I
fails.
validated it.
Oh.
It's it's the thing that you actually don't know if you have to pivot unless you have some direct evidence that suggests that you have to pivot or not. And maybe envision as well, yeah.
What would be a direct evidence?
When you have some customers. It might be a false
No,
evidence
what would be a direct evidence to pivot?
to pivot.
Yeah.
Maybe the things is not growing whatever you try. It might be a suggestion to pivot. It also depends what stage of startup you are. If you have just the idea and no one is buying it and so on, you can pivot marketing, you can pivot your audience, and then you can pivot the idea itself. But it's again, it's really case to case. It's super hard to have one specific formula, because if you have that formula to know when to pivot, it would not be hard to become a billionaire.
Yeah, I was about to say that. What do you think about it?
Yeah, depends. Maybe it is the way that you have to just keep everything in check. Maybe this is the point of it, of the game.
The point of the risk.
Yes.
Because I was about to say to him that he said if it's not working, maybe you should stop. It's not an indicator, but for example, very cliche example. Sorry guys, Harry Potter wasn't sold. Was declined 8 times from publishers and stuff like that. So this is the risk. This is the risk that you're taking. That you won't actually know. There's no one. No one's gonna come and tell you yeah, if you keep working, it's definitely gonna work. You don't listen. Just don't listen to the voices. You just have to say, fuck it. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna keep trying. And you either keep trying and you will know what will happen. It's like the Schrodinger's cat, or you won't and you won't know what will happen. It's you will either know. Sorry, it's you will only know. Am I right? You will only know if it will work or not.
Yeah.
Because if you don't work, you're not gonna know, and if you keep working, it might and it might not. So you will only know that. Wow, that's actually fun. That's actually, I like that. You will only know if you succeed or not, like if the idea works or not. That's the only option that you will know.
Yeah. Nice.
I'd say that's a very premium thing to say.
That's nice. Maybe we could have framed it better. All right. Do we have anything to conclude in?
Just suggestion. Don't watch porn.
So, wow. Okay, that shifted like so rapidly. You want to talk about it?
No, as in, like just suggestion. It's like
That's suggestion for you
based on
guys.
what we are talking about.
I agree. That's how I get the NVIDIA internship.
That's how
it's
you
like-
got.
It's a smart thing to do.
Yeah, not to watch porn, right?
Smart heart.
Smart.
Smart card. Yeah, exactly.
Fuck. Okay. Cool, guys. All right. Do we end it here or do we keep going?
I think
Okay.
And it.
Makar, thank you so much for having us. It's like that was it. Thank you so much for coming here today. It was very nice meeting you, and good luck on your MIT studies. Would you like to say something for the people?
Thank you, our wonderful hosts, Mark and Artur. Thank you for hosting me today. Fortunately, coming back to MIT soon.
We're gonna visit him maybe next week, so we'll see
Yes.
us. You'll see us soon.
So, yeah, hold tight. More to come.
Yeah. Artur,
Thank you guys for having me. Morning.
you're with me on the phone.
Oh, okay. I apologize. Thank you, Makar, for coming here. It was like really nice to see you. I was glad like we had like a really nice weekend, and
Yeah.
the conversation was really deep and nice.
Yeah. Are we jumping tomorrow in the river too in the morning? Yeah, we definitely should. All right, guys.
now we will.
Yeah, nah, we said it. Okay. All right, guys. See you soon. Thank you for having us in the premium podcast. See you soon in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.